So there was a buy signal, but obviously not valid because the trend mirror doesn't match. So let me get rid of this. And for me to enter this, I would need to see candle close above this 1475. So for that reason, not just besides that there is no valid confirmation for a buy here, but like you see the last 1, 2, 3, 5th hour now, it's stuck at this resistance. Sorry, that's 30 minutes. So for the last 2.5 hours, it's stuck at this resistance, and it's making indecision candles. So for right now, I would just watch it, but I believe it will make a run back to 1485. So that's my view on gold. Somebody asked me earlier today and yesterday why I don't send the gold signals, because I used to a lot. Is because I don't like the structure, like slight movement up and down. There's no anything clear. Like I couldn't really tell, even if I was at the chart at this moment, that this will just, after the bearish candle, that it will just shoot back up here. So it's probably some fundamental impact. So therefore, I haven't been trading gold as much. Let's see, GBP USD still riding this trend line. Let's see. Yeah, I'll definitely see it going higher. So this will correlate with the gold movement to the upside, obviously, unless there's some announcement that will weaken the pound, because I do expect some weakness in dollar, just for sake of the market correction, because dollar has been really strong. But I have been reading earlier some news with the China trade deal, and I would be careful trading USD. But personally, I do see this pair going a little bit higher, maybe making double top here, and then possibly dropping. So something like this would be ideal, and then also break of this trend line that it's been riding, and maybe we can take it back down to this support. So as of right now, I don't see a clear setup here. We can check. Let's see if K2 has had anything on it. Again, there was a buy signal, but it doesn't match with the trend meter. So, and there was a strong pullback too. So I would just watch it. But I believe it will make a run back to at least 1.29736. So then I would be interested to look for some sells, because that's the area we have had, rejection from previously few times. And then even if that breaks, it's only 40 pips higher, the previous high here. So yeah, it's been making lower highs, higher lows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, I would look for fifth push, possibly even up to this 1.30, 120. That would be even better spot to look for the sell. I mean, some of you may wonder, oh, why don't you buy it if you think it will go back up? Because number one, it's already late on the entry, so the risk is higher. because if we would have entered from here when it rejected this trend line, we would be up 30 pips now, right? And it has 46 to go. But the thing is, the stop loss would have to be now 68 pips. So it's a negative risk reward. So obviously we don't want to trade something like that. Hey, welcome from Boston. Can you do GBPUD? Yeah, we're gonna do all of GBPs in a second. So that's what I personally see on GU. Not in clear as of yet, and even the K2 buy signal, it's not valid because the trend meter doesn't match. So I will watch it. Probably we get this push sometime throughout the London, and maybe during the New York we can look for a short, or I would look maybe for some sells after we get break here and then retest maybe into this 1.29, and maybe then we start falling and on GBP USD. So for right now, I don't like what I see. Next, GJ, I'm actually liking for sell. This current 4-hour candle is pretty bearish and indicating some momentum to the downside. It has closed under this resistance, but let's see if we can maintain that. I mean, target would be pretty nice on here. Let's see. So some levels to visit here on GJ. So if this price maintain closure under the 142.60, this can has potential of 96 pips drop. I would like to see some of this previous levels tested, and it did even rejected. Let me just make that nicer. Not that. Yeah, you can technically look at this break and retest, but I don't think that's indication for me that this will be a buy, especially with this 4-hour candle. So let's see, give it maybe another hour or two, see what we get with the next 2-hour candles, and maybe we can sell this tonight. If I definitely decide to enter, I will share in the group. Let me just check it with the K2. Okay, that was a signal that didn't work out. Yeah, it had the sell signal, but again, disagreement with the trend meter. So, but in this case, I am favoring move to the downside, unlike on GU potential buy. I would rather let that pair play out and see if we can, look for some sells off of the key levels. So let's see what this does. Next is GA. GA has stopped us out from the trade. It was in a profit, and then it had a turnaround. I was looking over it, and it's still steadily climbing, even though this was, actually proper trend on here. And now it might be coming back up to test this level, which I believe it will, around 1.90 750 to 800, and then I'm still looking for, you know, this sell to clean this zone right here. So I'm still looking for some nice pips here back to this low right here. So it's just a matter of time. I don't see bullish run above 1.91. Excuse me. So I'm gonna still look for the opportunity to sell this, just not yet, because it's been on a bullish run. So this could also be set up for tonight. Delete that. So yeah, I mean this breakout over here was a good buy opportunity. That was actually 9 days ago. So I'm looking for the correction in this structure, and I believe we will get it once we get another retest here. So let's just be a little bit patient, give it a time, see if we can, you know, get opportunity to sell it from some higher levels with the lower risk and a high reward opportunity. Because if this rejects, I'm pretty sure it will fall to at least this level, which from right now is like 280 pips. So I would definitely like to see that. So Ronaldo, yeah, this is what I see on GA. So I'm still looking for sell. I'm not interested in a buying unless this breaks above 1.910. GBP NZD. Let's see what was going on here. So this triangle, we marked this on Sunday. It was beautiful breakout, went up about 125 pips, and then it reversed. And now let's see if we can measure this correction and see if this can climb a little bit higher to maybe 61.8, and we could maybe sell that as well. I will be definitely interested in that. So let me just remove it. Yes, I will be posting. If and when I enter GA, I will definitely post it. So I wanted to see this on the line. Yeah, so as long as GN doesn't break this level, 2.02300, I would say, just round it up, I would look for sells. 2.02298 to be exact. But yeah, I would be interested to look for some sells. That level also on fibs is 70.5, so that would be great entry. But I do believe it will push some more up, especially you see current 4-hour candle. It's very, very bullish. So that means NZD is weak at the moment. And I would just wait for this as well. Because right now, I mean, there's really no indication to either sell or buy. Buy would have been around this area when this broke above this structure and then came back for the retest. So if anyone is in this buy, it's 70 pips in profit. So I would just wait for it. And yeah, this daily is pretty strong. And this actually makes very much sense, because we had a huge bearish candle that just broke down, and now we're getting some pullback, maybe retest that zone. It would be a really nice zone to sell off and sell from if we get the confirmation on a smaller time frame. So I would just let it be. Pretty sure it will reach that level, and then see if it can remain under. So that's G and GBP CAD. GBP CAD actually went up. So this is weekly support now. All right, let's check this. CAD was actually really weak past 2 days, so I'm not so surprised. Let's check this on a daily. Oh, wow, this actually entered the whole new weekly zone. So if CAD cannot regain some strength, this will just keep pushing up. But we do need some retrace. So this could be a really great buy opportunity if we get some pullback to this weekly support to test it, that it just broke, and then there's 380 pips potential for this buy, because there's really, I mean, the only one resistance that we could kind of think of until there, because I always look at the key resistance, which is weekly, would be here 74. So even that, if we get this pullback and it can remain above this weekly zone, that is still 237 pips. And then, you can trail it from there, stop loss in profit, and let it do its thing. I'm pretty sure this had multiple K2 buy signals. Double check. Yeah. Yeah, they all were in profit. And the last one went straight into profit. And it's a valid buy signal right now too. So this is actually from all the pairs that we have seen so far, it's looking the most promising one. My only concern is that we might see some pullback here. So something like that, maybe even to this support again, and then this could continue going up. So even if some of you decide to buy from here, there's 185 pips target, and your stop loss would have to be actually a little bit larger than what I usually like. So you have to be below this wick right here. So about 100 pips. So almost 1 to 2 risk reward. So that's why I would just let it pull back some, and then see if we can get get a buy chance here. And obviously, if it starts breaking 1.72280, or let's round it up, 1.72300, I would just probably just buy it, because that means it will just keep pushing straight up without pullback. So that is what I see on GBP CAD. It actually looks really nice for a long, for a buy. So I'm gonna mark that so I can come back to it and actually set the alert here. So that will remind me if this just keeps breaking that level. And then I can come back to it and see if we should enter or not. GBP CHF. Let's see this pair again. Still staying in this parallel sideways channel. Yeah, just keeps going from bottom to top, pull back, triple top on 1 hour, and it might come back down depending on CHF strength. So I don't always like to buy certain GBP and sell the other, but hey, if that looks the best to do, then yeah. I'm pretty sure this had sell signal on it. Yeah, right there. But it disagrees with the trend meter. So I'm not favoring this sell yet. The sell really should have been from the top of this channel. Once this indecision candle came and rejected, this entry should have really been over here, and it would have been in 30 pip profit so far. And this has a good chance to, like I said, to just keep coming back to this channel. I mean, you can see it on 4 hour. It's really going from top to bottom, back to top, back to bottom. I mean, it's a great scalping opportunity. Whoever can watch it throughout the day, because it really keeps doing that. There's no clear breakout to the upside, neither the downside. Excuse me. I am favoring breakout to the downside, because there's some gaps here to be filled on all GBPs, especially this one right here. It's a big one because of that insane run related to Brexit. So right now I will leave that. I really like GBP CAD more, so we'll see if we get a pullback there. So next, Euro AUD. Oh, Euro AUD at the resistance. So let's see this on a 4 hour. Yep. Okay, I like that more. Let me see this. Okay, yep. Can leave it there. So Euro AUD, if you're looking on 1 hour, it does look, bullish, but I believe this is just overall pullback from this big drop here, which I would look on the daily rather. So it's just correction from this top to that bottom. And let's see where we are. We are actually at 70.5. So we should see some rejection here. And this would really be the place to sell it from. Let's see if we get the opportunity for that. I can remove fibs now. And I actually like this. So the body of the 1 hour bullish candle closed on just at the resistance, and this current 1 hour candle, it is slightly bearish. This is on 30-minute. So let's see if we can remain under this resistance here, because that would give us a really good trade opportunity, very low risk. I mean, risk would really be, let's say we enter there. I mean, it would really be only like 20 pips. 20 pips for 100 potential 113 pips reward. So that's 1 to 5. I would take that any day. So we're gonna mark this and go back to it. Just gonna put the alert in case it starts pushing above this. But I don't think it will. Oh, I already have a lot of alerts. Let's remove that. And that one. So we can create that. Yeah, but I'm favoring this to the downside. So I'm gonna let it be for another 30 minutes and see. But yeah, if you look on the daily, this big push is just a little bit stronger retrace, which is fine. Up to 71 fibs, I'm okay with that. If it starts pushing past that, then it might be going back up, and in that case it would close above this zone. So let's go back on 30 minutes, see what the K2 has on it. Remove Ichimoku. Actually has a current buy signal, that is valid. All right, so this is currently 7 pip profit, and trajectory is 25. So that's interesting. I would definitely watch this and see what it does. But I'm favoring overall sell on this, unless this comes above and closes above 1.63, 120. All right, so that's Euro AUD, Euro GBP. Invalid by signal at the time. Let's go to 4 hour. I haven't traded this in a while, so I'm gonna remove everything. Go back on a weekly. And let's see here. All right, that's strong support. That's a strong resistance. Let's see if we can find a good daily level. Okay. I would just leave this and add daily level, right? I'm gonna make it thinner line. All right, so let's look at it now. All right, so right now it's ugly. On a daily, it's very ugly. On a 4 hour, it's very ugly. Pretty much sideways and in the middle of the zone. So I personally would not trade this. There's few possibilities here. Maybe comes back to 84.80, which is about 87 pips from current level. It might come back to test some of those equal lows right here, and it might reverse from there. But I just don't like the structure, so it's definitely not going to be on my watch list for trading. Let's just see if we can find something with the K2. Yeah, indecision still. Clearly nothing. Buy signal with the bearish candle and disagreement with the trend meter. So personally, I would stay away from it because there's nothing on Euro GBP. I would like to see it come back down and maybe further down to this weekly and then swing it back up for 400 and plus pips. But as of right now, it's nothing. Let's look at Euro NZD. All right, EN might be pulling back up too, which I'm actually favoring, similar to GBP NZD. I mean, they move in correlation. So if one goes up, EN goes up too. If EN goes down, GN usually goes down. Same with Euro AUD and GBP AUD. They move the same. I don't think there's any big news. Let me just double check. Tomorrow, ECB, so Euro and CAD pretty much just meeting and one speech. So nothing really that will impact that much, depending what the policy meeting does. But that's in like 3, 4, like 11 hours, 10 hours and 50 minutes. So I would like to see this come a little bit further up and then look for that sell, because that would be 200 pip opportunity. And same thing during the NZD interest rate decision, where they decided to keep the rate at 1% and not proceed with a further cut to 0.75. That's when, ENGN tanked down 220 pips. So now it seems like it's retesting, even though this could be, considered retest, but not fully. Not even Wick touched this resistance. So I would like to see it come back up and then look for a good opportunity for the sell on your NZD. Let's see. K2. All right, so that was a valid, well, right now it's verifying as a valid buy signal. So it makes sense. Definitely makes sense. So it's, let's see if it makes its way back up. Another 60 pips. And then I would be really interested. So I'm gonna watch this too. All right, EuroCAD. I haven't traded this in a while as well. Similar to gold situation. Oh, wow, that, yeah, because of the CAD weakness. Right now it's hitting this resistance. It did close above the weekly zone, so we could see another 100 pip move. Definitely. We don't need that. So this will be interesting to watch. Let's see how this 1 hour, maybe next one closes, but this could push up another, well, it will be 90 pips from here. And this is EuroCAD. So similar setup to GBP CAD, except GBP CAD, I expect more volatility in it. So definitely would prefer to enter that rather than this. Because I don't see anything, at least news related, that will, unless tomorrow he says something that will, result in a, market being interested in buying CAD. And but until then, maybe Friday. Friday actually has some CAD news, but a lot of Euro news. But I'm pretty sure this move will happen throughout the London before even that conference and speech. It just depends if this can maintain above this level. As long as uh, we don't have any candle closure under 47, 1.47480, I am bullish on this to 1.4, 1.48, 420. And yeah, actually, there was a recently buy signal on this right there. Everything matches valid. Let's add. Okay, yeah, if this closes above 1.47, I'll be definitely interested. 1.47, 530, I would be interested in this buy, definitely. So keep an eye on EuroCAD too, GBP CAD and EuroCAD. Let's. All right, save it like that. Naked. So yeah, this could definitely keep rising, EuroCAD. I just want to see what will happen over next hour, unless we have some uh, crazy bullish momentum kicking in. But neither pair is really traded during this session, so it might just consolidate around here, and then Euro open. We'll see what happens. So watch that. Euro JPY. Okay. Well, I am favoring this further down. Let's see once we get here what this will want to do. It's only 9 pips away, literally. So let's see, can we respect this level 119,880, and can we maybe bounce from there, right? This looks like a channel to me too. Yeah, this I would be interested in buying this, but a little bit lower. Right, not at this level. Okay, some pullback. Let's see from there. Actually, this will be the measurement from this bottom there. Yeah, I would like to see some more pullback here. Okay, let's see. We got an alert that we set on Euro AUD. And yeah, it's pushing up. Not that. Alright, let's just look at this because we got the alert. I mean, really. So this zone, oh, that could be 200 pip trade. Well, let's see if we can break this first. Because that is the interesting level, so I raised it, but this can go up actually. Yeah, 200 pips. This is a weekly resistance right here. I just had to check it because I set the alert. So yeah, let's see if this can push further up. I believe the signal has just triggered. No, actually that was the current one, but yeah, it's gonna hit it. Perfect setup on K2. If anyone caught that, I think it was what, 25 pips. We said, yeah, 25 pips. Nice trade. Yeah, it's gonna definitely hit it. All right. We were at the Euro JPY. So yeah, I would honestly be interested to buy this, but slightly lower than its current price. I think we have some messages. Okay, cool. Yeah, AUD JPY week. So those who were in a sell, Sean called that trade. You guys should have profited on that. Great call by Sean. But yeah, your JPY pretty bearish. I would like to see definitely. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, if you mean for that trade, that was Sean. If you mean for this charting, and you're welcome. Um, but yeah, I would like to buy this lower, preferably 61.8 here. So that would be another 15 pip fall. So I would be interested in this right now. I mean, obviously, if you go on a smaller time frame, you're late for sell, because sell should have really been off of this rejection there, and then buying obviously doesn't make any sense on this type of bearish momentum, and it has levels to reach either this support or maybe bottom of this trend line, which I'm personally favoring, because that would be around 61.8 of fib, and then maybe look for move like that, right, to actually right here. So I would really like that, because the stop loss would be really tight and aiming for 100 pips. So we'll definitely be interested then. Right now, I'll just put it on the watch list because it does have possibility. Let me just check GBP CAD. Okay, not crossing yet. We'll watch that. USD CAD. This is the interesting one. I'm actually we're gonna delete that. I'm actually looking for a good level to sell this from, right? And I'm hoping that will be the daily resistance. And we did talk about it on Sunday for those who were on. The price was somewhere here, and we were talking about the pullback and then another extension. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those who trade Elliott wave, they know what I'm talking about. 3 push structure on a 4 hour, and I would really be looking to sell from this level, which is at 1.33550, and I believe that will be reversal time for this pair. However, even though it closed above this level, we will maybe get a break below and then retest and then maybe sell. I cannot tell for sure, but CAD has been weak, so I'm pretty sure this will reach that level, possibly this right here, which will be this descending trend line, right? That would be even better entry for the sell at 1.340, and then sell it back down to, definitely for like 350 pips. So that would be beautiful, beautiful trade. Let's check K2. Probably had a buy on this. Yep, valid buy signal. One after the other. So yeah, I mean, I see this going up. Yep, I definitely see it. Even though the resistance is right here, I think it will pierce through. So pretty confident this will reach this daily resistance. So just watch for that level. But honestly, I think this move will happen tomorrow, because both pairs are related to New York session. What did I wanted? I want to go back to this. So right now, nothing really on that. So those are the mainly pairs that I look for when I trade. I usually find a setup on them. All the ones that you see right here is what people requested, so I just leave them on. So I just want to see with you guys if you have any pair in mind that you want me to go over, anything that you were looking at, and or maybe you are in the trade, so we can take a look together. Bitcoin fell some more. I would like to see it to 7,800. Maybe a reverse from there. Or do you guys have any questions? You can unmute yourself, and we can get into that. So go ahead, either put in the chat any pair that I didn't cover that you might want me to go over, or any question.
Anis, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry. Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry. Listen, the Euro Aussie dollar, yeah, there's a valid buy signal, right? But you're saying you'd wait till it pushes past that resistance level. It pushed past it, right? It pushed past the resistance level you talked about.
You
So is
said
it still
which pair? Sorry, one more time.
Euro Aussie dollar?
All right, let's go back to that.
Yeah, that last candle on the 30-minute candle, it pushed past that resistance level you talked about, right?
Yeah, so
So
that was the previous high, like most current high. So I set the alert to see if this
right.
momentum will keep pushing, and the buy signal almost is going to be completed, right? So I believe this will reach. It's literally like 3 pips away. So for me to really go into this, I want to see it break this level here, and I will tell you why.
Just tell me the number.
So let's just verify it one more time. Yeah, because I don't like that. I mean, we can actually buy it if it breaks this level.
Well, what's the number?
1.63250.
1.63. Okay.
So if it breaks that, I would target first 1.
It would still be a buy.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. I'm pretty sure it will continue to this weekly resistance, which is 300 pips above, because that is the next key level. But on the daily, we can first, like for the first TP, I would target this level right here, which is 1.64 280.
Okay. All right, thanks. I was
No
just
problem.
trying to figure out if it was still a valid buy at that level. Because obviously we missed the when it first opened up, when the K2 first opened up.
Yeah, I miss it as well, because I don't know if I have alert on that pair. I do actually, but that's, hold on. Okay, this is just for the crossing. I actually don't, so I have to set that right now.
Also, another question, Anis, is you said, okay, we're in the Asia the session right now, right?
Yes.
And you mentioned something about some of these currencies don't really move too much. There's not much volatility during the Asia session. So, are you looking for Asia-based currencies to trade during the Asia session? Is that generally your rule? For instance, Japanese yen, the Hong Kong dollar, those pairs, you're more likely to trade those pairs during the Asia session, being that people are out there trading that currency. Is that just?
Correct. So if you think of it this way, so right now in Europe is 3 a.m. right, Central
Right.
European time. Here in US on East Coast is 9 p.m. So all the banks, all the institutions are closed. So what is the possibility that GBP and Euro will move based off the America and Europe, right? So you look for the pairs that are tied to the markets that are open right now, and the markets that are open right now are in the Asia, Australia, and New Zealand.
There you go. All right.
So their banks are now pushing their currency mostly, right? So you always look once 8 p.m. Eastern time pass, once the spreads settle and all that, you look for something to trade against JPY, AUD, and NZD.
Got you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. And that's why when I was, talking about USD CAD, I don't really expect that to move anything crazy because,
That's right.
in Canada is now also 9 p.m. So all the banks, everything over there is closed, right? So
Right. Yeah.
I
Makes
wouldn't
sense.
I wouldn't expect like anything major unless maybe Trump decides to wake up and tweet something insane, and then the foreign investors, from Asia and Australia and New Zealand decide, oh, let's put in the dollar or something,
Right.
because I don't know how long you trade and what pairs you follow, but like the gold in past few months had some crazy moves during the Asian session, but that was related to the US China trade war. So that was purely fundamental, because obviously all the banks and everything in US was closed, but other markets that were open at that time and their institutions you know try to benefit on that, so they push the price before actually New York session and all of that.
That,
Because in the world, in the forex market, you have more than 4,500 banks all around the world.
mhm.
So obviously the banks over there have also billions of dollars, so they, if they see any interest in something, they will definitely push that money and take advantage of.
You're on the East Coast. Where are you located, Ines?
Yes, I'm in Maryland.
Oh,
I'm
I'm in Virginia.
Oh, cool. See, I didn't know that.
But
Yeah,
you like to trade the you told me a couple of weeks ago you primarily trade the London session. So you're up at night.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I try to be as much as I can,
Right.
but I mainly trade around this time until like 11:30, because there's usually something on Euro AUD, GBP AUD, Euro NZD, and GBP
Okay.
NZD. So as you see,
Okay.
like this whole move, like this started at, well, I don't really consider it, but like right now, in next hour or two we could get break of this level, and then we can look for the entry to target those levels to the upside, 100 to 200 pips.
Okay.
So I look for those setups.
Very good. Thank you.
But yeah, I prefer to trade London whenever I can be up.
That's
Sometimes
the
I'm
problem I have. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I'm not
Mhm.
up for the beginning, like opening, but like I would get up 5 a.m. and then still see what the market do. Cause like you don't always get like a full move until like maybe 6 a.m. sometimes. So it really depends. I mean, there is something that people call London breakout strategy. So what that literally is, I can show you that right now. Um, because I've been taught that. So let's demonstrate that. So that's GBP CAD, and we're gonna go on 1 hour, right? So what the London breakout strategy is, when let's say right now it's 3:06, right? Let's say it's 3 a.m., right? Not 9 p.m. So what we would do, we would mark last four candles, right? So you take arrow, this is the high right here.
Those are 1 hour candles.
Yeah. So you will be
Okay.
on a 1 hour, and this is the low, right?
Mhm.
So what the London breakout strategy is, right, is you look for this momentum to push, break above, and then you look for the buy throughout the London session, right? You hold that buy. Or if this comes back down, breaks below, you look to sell that. So
Mm.
I've been traded that for some time too, but like I said, if I'm not up that time, I may miss it, right? And
Mhm.
also it might give you sometimes fake out. So I don't want to like enter late and have to worry about increasing my stop loss. But like this is literally what London breakout strategy is like. You can Google it. I'm pretty sure there is somewhere details about it, but it's very simple. You look the last 4 1 hour candles,
Uh-huh.
and you mark your high and your low, and then you look the breakout. Because this is one thing also that most people don't teach you. So when you have the structure, right? Currently, this is trending up, right? Bullish structure. So what happens is this: if throughout the London, right? If throughout the London session, this keeps going up, 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 right? In the New York section, you're gonna have a retracement of that move, right? It's not just gonna keep going up, 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 and
Mhm.
1,000 pips. That doesn't really happen unless there's some major news that will just stimulate that further bullish pressure. Or if this decides to pull back down, you're gonna have throughout the New York, you're gonna have this pullback right here. I mean, let's look at GA. We can go and look what time. So today is 20th. So you see, this was 3 a.m. Okay, so this was London Open. Where is it? So this was London Open, right? Right here. So you see what it did, and it doesn't look like the London breakout strategy worked this morning. So you would mark this candle up to here and this up to there, right? Let's just extend it. So it wasn't really perfect breakout, right? So if you extend this, you see how it broke above, right? And then this would have been your buy around here, and it kept going up, right? So this is
Mhm.
essentially example of the London breakout strategy. You mark, I mean, you should really use, this is easier. I've been using these arrows just to try to illustrate, but like you use parallel channel, and you would use it from here, and we can just extend it up to there. And you see, that's not breakout. That is just wick. Breakout is this, when the body pierces through the level and then
Mhm.
comes back down, retests, and
Mhm.
you buy. And you see, so this was breakout actually didn't happen throughout the London, it happened New York session, right? So you see how this was consolidating, and then we got the move in the London session, and this is the
Mhm.
noon uh,
Huh.
end of New York, and then now it consolidated, and then now it's moving back up in Asian session. So
Interesting.
I would like for this to keep going up furthermore here, and then see if we can get a sell opportunity from those previous highs here. For that reason, like right now it's in the middle of this zone, so it wouldn't make any sense to trade it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but if you're subscribed to K2, don't confuse this with K2. I just
Oh yeah.
try to do
I
this
know.
try to
Yeah.
do these webinars, to give you more insight, on the market and how you can see moves, and think of it logically, what it does. You see here, push up, retrace, and now it's probably going to be another push up. So you literally look at it this way. So this was a big push, and now we had this retrace, and we had a breakout, and now we're gonna probably go up. So all this move right here, that's not what I wanted. So let's delete that. So this, where's the drawing tool? Anyway, I'll just use this arrow. So all this move right here, you know, this push up, now it's having the retrace, and it's probably gonna have the same push to the upside now, right? Because it's just like pretty much you measure it and it should be equal push to the upside. So from here today to there, 100 pips. So for me, I can think of this 100 pips. See right there perfectly to that resistance.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Dilo, you didn't knew about it? Oh man, that's like the classic strategy, London breakout. Actually, you can probably trade it because London opening is like your lunchtime, so you should definitely pay attention. But yeah, I mean, you will not like see, like you see here, it was consolidation and then push up. Now you see that retrace and then it actually broke. I was looking, I was looking for this to maintain this level, and then I'm glad I had that stop loss where I had it, because obviously it just kept rising, because I was thinking, oh, maybe this is just, you know, gonna be weak push up and then it's gonna come back down, because I was looking for it to break this support here. But it doesn't matter now. It's gonna give us even better entry with you know, higher target. See, all this zone I'm looking for from here, all of this to be covered. It's gonna be 300 plus pips. So that's why I'm not worried. Like, I don't, you know, obviously nobody predicts market 100% of the times, but as long as you go back and you look and you know what's going on, you have no problem. Like, I love sometimes to lose just to see. I'm like, oh, okay, so that makes sense. It did that. So now maybe, you know, institutions are pushing this to this key level and they have some sell limits with like 1,000 lots, and now we're gonna get this correction of the market. So that's, you know, I look for all those things. Yeah, and see and resistance based of K2 indicator is right there as well. So multiple confirmations, you know, to show some interest and look for the sell around that zone.
Hey, Ines, did you mark up GBP CAD already?
Yes, we're actually looking for the buys there.
Past the resistance?
Yes, yes. Once it breaks and closes above that, look to buy it for like first TP is 160 pips, and second one would be at 130 more. So second TP would be 290 pips. Excuse me.
Okay.
Let me just clear it up. But yeah, I was just hoping for some pullback. I had these drawings just to illustrate something.
Yeah,
But,
that's what I was looking for too, but I don't know if it's going to or not.
But yeah, it clearly closed above this weekly level. As you see now, it's a support. So I have this. This is actually alert to see if it will start pushing past 1.72300, and then I will know to open my phone and look at it and probably enter this buy.
I mean, I also have it in that upward channel, so I feel like it's still gonna come back down before it pushes up through that resistance.
On a 4-hour or?
No, that's the 30-minute. I'm using it with the K2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're looking for, well, at least that's, yeah, I see this channel right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I
I feel
mean,
like
this
I feel like
pullback,
it's gonna do that double top, drop back down before it shoots through.
and that would be even better because then your risk is less, and then,
Hmm.
I mean, you target at least if it pulls back here, then your first TP is really 215 pips.
Yep. But I'm waiting. I'm gonna see what it does when it
Yeah.
gets closer to the resistance.
I mean, if you see it on 30 minutes, it's already rejecting, it's respecting this, you see this previous high, right?
Hmm.
And you see it's pretty much made equal highs, and now it's some indecision, right? So the momentum stopped. But again, this is GBP and CAD, so both markets are closed.
Right.
So
Yeah. I know.
so this, you might have to put alarm at like 3 a.m. and check this.
Yeah.
Because I definitely see some nice move throughout the London.
I'm gonna have to watch it. That was really the only pair I was really looking at. I was trading gold a little bit earlier, and then I just know that since JPY pairs was dropping, gold was gonna also move.
Yeah.
But I got out of everything. I don't think I have any positions open anywhere right now.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything. Let me see. No, I have. I'm looking at the USD CAD at 1.33500 for a sell. And let me see on this account. Here I actually have UJ and GJ sell, but I entered that, and I actually been holding that
Oh, so you're good on that.
since yesterday. Yeah, I have one sell on UJ from 108,450, so that's like 11 pips in profit, and I
Mhm.
have two GJ positions. One is in a loss. What is it? That is 12 pips, and another one is in profit, 18 pips. So I mean, I'm gonna hold that. But on my main account, I don't have any trade yet. So
Okay.
I was just looking at some stuff. But look at the gold. Gold is stuck at this level now.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I mean, and there was a gap from earlier, that whole, well, at least on my broker. I don't know if all brokers showed it.
Wait, who do you have now?
I'm still with LMFX.
Yeah, I have LMFX too. But let me actually see it.
That you see that bullish candle right before the consolidation
Yeah,
on our broker, that's a gap.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me take a look at that. Actually, let me open it here. I keep forgetting I have LMFX actually on my desktop. That was gold.
Is LMFX a STP broker?
It's offshore broker. It's I think their headquarters are in like Macedonia.
Are they STP ECN broker?
Yeah, they are ECM. They are just not like US regulated. Oh,
Okay, but
you're
they
right.
accept U.S. customers. That's what you're saying. They accept
Oh,
U.S.
oh,
traders.
oh, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, me and Dave
definitely.
have it. Actually, yeah, that is a gap, though. You're right.
And you can see it's dropping now.
Yeah, oh wow,
like
what?
hard.
See, I don't. Can you see this?
Yeah, oh, I can't see. I can see it on the chart. The Forex. I think. What are you using on TradingView?
What do you guys see now? My trading view or
Yeah, your TradingView.
okay,
It's
let
dropping
me.
hard on TradingView too.
Yeah, look at it now.
I had it open
You see
for
it?
a few hours, but then I closed out.
Can you see LMFX now?
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah,
closing that gap.
damn, it's dropping hard. What the hell? Look at that. Look at this. Yeah, but that was a gap right here. You're 100% right.
Yeah, that's why I had it open before, but because I got stuck at work late, I didn't want to just leave it running. So I ended up closing out while I was driving
Oh wow, they are pushing momentum in this gold. What happened here?
right to where the gap is, and it's gonna probably shoot right back up.
But yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's why I look at the trading view. Like I said, let me share that back right here. Because I mean, it doesn't show you like this craziness. Wow, yeah. I was about to say it's been respecting that resistance, and look at it, just like that dropped 25 pips.
Mm-hmm.
It was right here, so
That would have been a good
actually
last trade
30
before I go to
pips.
bed.
Well, this might be institutions pumping in. So if this breaks below this, then you can probably sell it down to 1466, maybe even
Yeah.
lower. Oh
Oh
damn, yeah,
wow.
they are
Yeah,
pushing that.
it is moving for sure.
I don't have Twitter to check if there was anything over there.
I mean, there's no more real heavy news for the night, so I don't really know what could have been
No,
pushing it.
not really. Tonight, I mean, you see, everything ended with this meeting.
Yeah.
I just got a notification saying China's cautiously optimistic about a deal. That's probably what's going on with gold.
Okay.
Oh, that means that all the indices are probably shooting up then.
Yes, I have one of those open. That's shooting up, and I had gold open, and gold was shooting down. Yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, gold is then gonna be sell for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I just
US
closed the
30 is
gold.
shooting.
Yeah,
And
SPX shooting up. Yeah, strong dollar.
wow, the stupid trade war, man.
I know, man. I was just saying about that earlier. I don't know if you were on about
I
gold.
got on late.
Yeah, about gold been moving throughout the Asian due to that trade stuff with
Yep.
China. I would have rather entered this than gold if I knew.
Man, same. Shit.
Because this goes by one lot and that's already $100. No, that's more.
Yeah, LMFX doesn't allow you to enter with a lower than one lot, right?
Yeah, no. Only, yeah, even oil, it's one lot at
Yep.
least.
I noticed that, but they don't charge commission on those.
That's true.
At
And
least not for mine. I don't know if with your account it's the same way.
yeah, they don't charge me. And the spread is like my spread for indices is like 0.2, like it's fifth of 1 pip.
Oh, that's nuts. Which
Yeah.
one do you have? The premium account?
I have premium and I think zero.
Okay, yeah, I have the zero. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so yeah, this gold might fall tomorrow if what Walter just said.
Hmm.
I hear a loud clock.
No, that's my turning, bro.
That's my hazards. I'm sorry. I'm
All
at work right now. I'm sorry. Let me
Okay.
mute. Let me mute my thing back again.
This was 3 hours ago. Trump expected to. I did read that.
We don't even need to read the news. Just go ask what's his name, Wayne?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's on top of it, bro.
Yeah, brother is killing those indices. No, Investopedia, investing.com. What the hell? Let's see, they're pretty good. How long ago was this? I don't think that's 5 hours ago, not that. Yeah, so I don't know where he got the alert from, but no, they don't. I don't know. They don't.
The LMFX, do they have a strict KYC?
Do they have strict what?
KYC.
I mean,
Verification?
yeah, not really.
I mean, just basic passport, copy of a bill. Then they're not.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did driver's license.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And they're good, man. I mean, in terms of like respecting your stop loss, even if with heavy, whereas other brokers would have heavy slippage, they've been pretty good for me so far.
Yeah, yeah, I like them too. I switched even my main account from Hugo's Way to them.
Oh, how was that for the process you did, like a wire?
Yeah, I had to do wire for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to call bank to approve because I have USAA, so
Yeah. When you did that, what was the did you get two different fees, one from their bank and one from your bank in US?
So actually the USA charged me both of those fees.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
they
and
didn't charge you anything.
no, I don't know if they like do that between them, but like every time I like if I do any international like wire, the USA charges me the two separate fees.
Has that fee changed depending on the amount, or it seemed like it's set? It's
Yeah,
a set fee,
it does change if it's you know
a
like
larger amount.
yeah, they will charge a little bit more, but
Only
it's
reason
nothing
is because
crazy.
I feel like I think the only way you withdraw with them is via wire. So I don't know if I should just wait, and that's why I don't withdraw like a weekly thing with them, like a month or something. But I haven't withdrawn yet, so I want to know kind of like what I'm looking forward to with that, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, wire is pretty good. I mean, honestly, it took two business days only.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
I was expecting like a week or something.
yeah, for me at least wasn't. Yeah, yeah, I don't see anything newer
Hey,
here.
I just shared that article inside the chat if anybody wanted to see it.
Oh,
Oh,
the
okay.
main K2 chat.
Yeah, I know you said you couldn't find it, so I put it inside the K2 chat.
Oh,
And
you
there
look at
go
it, Forex
David with
Live.
his food. This man
Yes.
and food, man, I tell you.
What is Dave doing? This fool.
Always posting food. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
bro, we got food too. Anyway, yeah, I see now it wicked off of this. Yeah, I mean, until it breaks above or below this, like I would just watch it.
It on my so I have a on my MT4, I have an indicator that plots support and resistance similar to the K2 one,
Mm.
but it does multiple. So where it wicked is where it daily was on my MT4.
Yeah, I used to have those, man. I don't know if I ever told you. I almost cried. Like, I had on my old laptop, I had so many like powerful templates saved in my MT4 and
Hmm.
indicators, like, and then somehow virus came in and I couldn't recover anything.
Bro, that's
Uh,
what you would. If you had known me, I would have got you, man.
I know, bro. I was so frustrated. I'm not even kidding. Like I had like 10,000 plus worth of stuff in there. Like literally
Jesus,
for
man.
2 years that I was like accumulating.
What,
I
like ransomware or what?
I think it was like I just couldn't recover it. Like I took it to Best Buy and they said like your data was all infected and whatever. I don't understand much of it because I'm not
Man, they
like
don't know nothing.
extra
They don't
tech
fucking know
guy.
nothing.
That's probably true too. But I was
At
not
least you
happy at
know
all.
now. If anything happens, just let me know.
Yeah, oh no, no, right now I have stuff on it. I don't think I
Antivirus,
don't
all that good stuff. That's
yeah.
good. You need to, because listen, that's what I mean, nowadays you can do it all off your phone, but a lot of my trading, I do it on my computer. I can't really do too much on my phone. I manage to trade on my phone, but, you know, everything else is done on the computer.
Yeah, definitely. I love charting on a computer. But yeah, I had a template for scalping that was just amazing. It had Bollinger Bands and I believe moving average crossings on there. Like it was so good, bro. Like literally 90% winning.
Wow.
I had those indicators, like you said, that plot like support resistance, and I had one for the trend lines as well. I had harmonic scanner on it, so it will literally like recognize the harmonic patterns or on all time frames. Like it was so good. Like I
Wow.
lost all
Yeah.
of it. Like I mean I was mad. Like I was really mad.
Were you
Like
able to get like any back from the websites where you downloaded them or?
well, I got them from like the people I was meeting along the journey, you know. So you know,
Okay.
over the 2 years, and somebody was like, I used to be in so many groups before, like at least like 30. So I watch every time like someone posts something, and if it's something like useful, I save it on my laptop, and then when I get to it, like I go over it and I look at it. So I accumulate all those like over 2 years. Like it was some really good stuff on there. Like yeah, lost it all.
That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. I mean it didn't really like it just forced me to purely just depend on me. They were really good for like extra confirmation, but like for example on the days like I would be at home all day, I would for example use that like scalping template, and I would literally scalp like for hours. Like
Wow.
I remember one day I had like 13 out of 13 trades, like all 13 wins. Like it was so good. Like I just couldn't I cannot remember the setups for the Bollinger Band. And yeah, but anyway, I mean, still doing pretty good. So no complaining. I mean, stuff happens, but it won't happen again. I know that for sure.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, I'm paying a good protection for computer, and I have stuff on iCloud. So
Or like backups and things like that.
yeah. So like I don't feel bad for like some, like I even lost like that was like my senior year of college too. So like I don't feel bad for that, because like you log in into college website and you download all that. But I really only was not happy about the whole thing because of the stuff I had about Forex. So that was the only thing that really was a big loss. See, this is now rejecting. Maybe pull back here and then go up.
Yeah, I see GCAD is also coming down a little bit too. But
Yeah, they are retracing a little bit.
yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna probably go take a nap or something, get back up at London.
Yeah, I'm almost probably gonna try to do the same thing, so we can get some of these moves. I mean, I have to get up at 4:30 anyway, but like if I can get up earlier for London, that would be good.
Got you.
Because I wanted to start my day early tomorrow anyway, finish earlier.
So you shutting down? You closing up the webinar? You about to?
No. If you guys have any
Oh,
questions, I'm here. As long as you guys
oh,
have any questions, I'm here.
oh, okay.
All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, Dave, see you. Get some rest.
Thanks, man.
So you were saying you kind of try to avoid the U.S. dollar. Was that you saying that you trying to avoid like trading the dollar or the Chinese yuan because of the manipulation? Was that you that mentioned that?
Yeah, so I only had one trade in my life that was like a Hong Kong currency. I believe I was short US dollar against Hong Kong currency. And I think I closed it with like 37p profit, but that was like the only trade I ever made with the Hong Kong. And I never traded CNY, which is like Chinese
Yeah.
currency, because none of the brokers I've been with, they offered it, so none of them had it. Um, I think to trade that, you really have to have like a broker from Asia, and I never really had a broker from there, so never traded it. But the USD, yeah, I mainly avoid. I mean, I trade gold a lot, even though you haven't seen me post the gold recently because of it's been mainly like influenced with this news. But like I mean my main pairs like is gold, GA, GJ, GN, Euro AUD, Euro NZD. Like those are my top 5 pairs. Like mostly traded and mostly like successful. Like I have done
Right.
really well with them. But yeah, I mean, really the pairs that you see here, like gold, GU, GJ, GA, GN, GCAD, GBP, CHF a little bit less, Euro AUD, Euro GBP a little bit less, Euro NZD, Euro CAD, Euro JPY. Those are the main pairs I focus on, right?
Okay.
So I mean, usually I'm always able to find something on one of those pairs, right?
Right.
So I don't have a need like to try to study the whole market. There's 30 currency or 30 plus, if I'm not mistaken, not counting exotics. So, you know, you really want to try to like narrow yourself down to like learning one or two pairs, like see how they move, when they move, what is the average pip amount during the time that they move. Because like just think about it, like if you were about to date a girl, or you know, doesn't matter, like if you're about to date somebody, you know, will you learn the one person better, or if you just dating one at a time or five at a time, right? So I know it's ridiculous, but it really
Oh,
works
you're
that
right.
way.
You're right. No, that makes it.
Yeah,
Right.
because you have more time to dedicate to that person. So obviously you will spend more time with that person and you will learn them, you know, faster and better, and what they like, what they do, when they do, rather than, you know, trying to date five people at one time at the same time. So you will be like stretched out, and you know, it's the kind of works same with the forex. Like, you know, yeah, learning price action you can apply to any pair or anything, and K2 strategy applies to any pair, any market, and everything. But if you specifically focus on something, you will do amazing. Like two of my
Yeah.
mentors, they only trade specific pairs, and they have made over 8 figures in a forex. So, you know, you know, it's not just me telling you. Like, I know when I focus on certain things, like I know I can learn them rather than just, you know, being spread out and run around. And you know, that turns into chasing. And in forex, you don't want to chase, you want to, you know, wait for the setup. And you
That's
know,
right.
because
That's what I do too.
yeah.
And I like the fact that you use a lot of price action. You know, that was your foundation, right? Before you got involved with the K2.
Yes, yes, definitely. That's what,
And I
you
think
know,
that's a
has
great
done.
foundation because that's what I've started when I started my trading. I was basically, using price action. And
Yeah, actually, me and Sean met through one mastermind program, and it was a larger group of entrepreneurs. And you know, through the conversation, you know, he told me that he's also a trader, and you know that he's been learning and investing his time in developing K2 for like 5 years. And you know, that's how we kind of got together. And he was like, "Hey, you are welcome to join me. You know, we can try to like make a difference, you know, actually show people that, you know, we are not here just like to like charge you money or anything. Like we, you know, we obviously he has to charge for the access to indicators, but he's constantly giving 1 month trial that can like literally make you 3 month membership
yeah,
during
yeah,
that month if you just applied how he teaches. But on the side, like I personally like, why would I charge you, you know, if I can like, you know, do these sessions when I can do them, you know, just show people. And I really just try to share with people, you know, things that I have done that, you know, we're not so smart, so that others can, you know, try to avoid doing the same thing, you know, over trading, over leveraging, chasing the market, you know, like entering the trade after it already moved 20, 30 pips. So stuff like that, you know.
mm,
And you know, because like my first year, I have tried like 7 different strategies, over traded, over leveraged. And you know, that's what cost me, you know, $14,000 my first trading year. So
mm,
it wasn't, it was painful painful first year. But you know, then I kind of slowed down and took my time, and I'm like, hey dude, like, you have done a lot of things, tried all different strategies, you know, let's see what actually has worked. And what is the one thing that you really didn't give enough time to. And you know, which pairs that, you know, produce the best results for you. So I start writing down, and you know, look at it. And you know, and that's how I narrow my trading. And you know, I just trade, you know, the price action and the patterns, and you know, certain candlestick reversals. So like this right here, you see here bearish, and then this bearish, you know, doji with the big engulfing bullish. So that's called morning star. So and it's a bullish reversal, and that's what it happened. The price kept going up.
mm, mm.
So you know, things like that are simple, but like you have to you know, write it down, you know, go over it, and then go on charts and train your eyes to spot them.
Yeah,
It's, I mean, when I tell you, I mean, trust me, there's no, I can almost bet that there's no one thing that you can find related to forex that I have not tried. Like I have tried like 20 different indicators. I have tried so many different strategies, moving averages, this, that, everything. And you know, it's just like you don't want to like run around, and you want to give something time, you know, and you want to be patient, because like this is not going anywhere. Like
yeah,
people will need some type of a currency to continue making purchases, you know. And is gonna be there. Even if they replace currencies with the cryptocurrency will still be traded. So like this is the skill. Once you learn it, it's always with you. So you don't wanna worry about that. It's gonna be there, and you just gotta give it a little time, and you have to just, like I said, pick one thing and train your eyes. And like that's why for me, like when I chart on my own, like it literally takes me 3 minutes to see what's going on. That's it. If you spend more than 5 minutes on the chart, then you're going to confuse yourself. So and you don't have enough confidence, like, oh man, yeah, I was thinking this, but now I'm seeing this, it's confusing me. No, you once you get to that comfort level, you will literally spend only 3 minutes on a chart, if that. And sometimes, like, I keep like doing right click and removing all drawing tools just to show people how I plot my supports, resistances, what are the key levels.
Yeah.
But once you put them, like, once let's say here the pair has broken in the new fresh weekly zone, right? This entire thing here, it's a new weekly range, right? So now if this price maintains above this weekly support, it's expected for this currency to trade within this new weekly range, right? And sometimes you don't need to change this for a few weeks, because this is like almost 400 pip zone or range, however you want to call it. So that's the thing. You just go on a 4 hour or on a daily, see once we start feeling this zone, see what are the some lows, some highs, and see if it keeps like rejecting, and then you just trade off of those levels. Like it's really not complicated. I just try to tell people, do not complicate trading. It should be easy. Like it should be to the point where you are bored, like not bored like in a meaning of being cocky because, oh, I'm making money, like I'm just killing it. No, but like you just find what works and you just keep repeating it, that type of board. Like what's making you money, and you just keep doing it.
Keep the same strategy, basically.
Yeah,
Get
that's it.
that good strategy and work with it. Sometimes you may lose money, and then that's where people mess up. They try to change up the strategy and move on to a different one, and then
Exactly, and that
constantly
is
going back and forth.
exactly, and that's why they struggled. That was me my first year of trading. Exactly like that. I'm like, oh, I see this person killing with that strategy, and I took 5 trades, I lost 3. So no, that's not good for me. Well, I didn't took in consideration that that person trades that same strategy for 3 years. So by now they already know when they are not so sure that this will keep pushing, and once they are in a profit, they're gonna secure some of that profit and then let it ride. And sometimes, like, what your pretty much what they call signature setup is. You don't even need stop loss. Like it's gonna go in that direction. Like you get to that point where you just know, I'm just waiting for my TP to hit, and that's it. Like you go do other things. And one biggest sign of the person who is newer to forex, who is impatient, who over leveraged, is the one that keeps checking the phone nonstop, like they're MT4 every 5 minutes. Like literally, I can tell you because I was that person. I seen hundreds of people who did that. And because they have difficulty going to sleep because they know they over leverage, and they hoping to flip that $200 account to 800 throughout the London, but they know that they over leverage and that little bit bigger drawdown will blow their account. Stuff like that. Or, oh, I'm in a loss, oh man, should I close this? Like, what should I do? Damn it, like it's like it's killing me. Like you don't wanna be in that situation, because it's stressful, and it can affect you tomorrow, your working day, if you suffer big loss, or if you just blew the second account in a row. And if you know you don't want to like let forex, because forex is very emotional. It can be very emotional. Like I'm telling you, like I have done some
It's like
tough.
gambling. It can like gambling. They compare it to gambling sometimes.
Yeah, it can literally turn into gambling if you are careless and you don't have rules, right, and discipline. If you don't have discipline, then you are literally gambling. So might as well, go on ATM, take the amount that you were thinking about depositing in your trading account and go to casino, because you don't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
You want to learn the market, learn the structure, see what the price is telling you, and go with the high probability of investing, not just whatever. And people don't want to hear this talk, but like they think, oh, that person trying to be smart as they philosopher and stuff like that. I'm telling you all the things that like people who were doing much better than me were telling me, and I was like, ah man, what the hell? Like I got this. Like I have degree in accounting. Like I'm manager. I know like how to get things done. But like it's this is forex is whole different thing. Like because once you get few losing trades, like emotions start to kick in, and then you revenge trade. You are like, oh, I lost 500, now I need to make up all that money. But guess what, you're just gonna lose more money, because now you are you know driven by that emotion, like, and you already putting it on you, like I have need to make that up, like it's a must. No, like that's not the right mindset for it. Like money will come, focus on education, focus on learning what is going on, so that you know that you are in control. Like, and one another big thing, whenever you see everybody talk about buying this currency, look to sell it. Like
Right. Go
because
against the herd. That's the herd mentality.
yes, because like I mean, there's so many examples. Like for example, the recent one I keep telling about, that New Zealand, like everybody on every single economic like website and report, like I have read, okay, New Zealand is cutting their interest rate again by 25 points, meaning 0.25%. Interest rate decision comes, they keep it the same. So the market makers influenced everybody to go bearish on New Zealand, and the institutions, they just collected everybody's money.
Mm.
Like I
Yeah.
literally read so many
Yeah.
people say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna short this
Right.
at the news," and guess what? It didn't go well.
Right.
So
A lot of that, I mean, you've heard that there's this group of forex traders that talk about watching what the banks do, the big banks do, because a lot of times they set up the retail traders and make them think, like, let's say something is, they're about to sell something and they go in there and buy it. Basically, you're trading against, the banks. Those are the people you need to watch out for, the big banks.
yeah, I mean, obviously, they are the main, they are the market makers, because there's, like I said earlier, more than 4,500 banks in the world
Yeah.
that are trading in this same market that we are trading in. So that's one thing that you always have to be cautious. Like here, like I'm sure a lot of people, because this was a resistance, as soon as they saw this candle right here, this one right here, they start selling, right? They start selling. But look
Yeah.
what the banks did. They
They
pushed it
they kept
above,
buying.
and
Yeah.
they kept buying.
Yeah.
And they're gonna
That's
probably keep pushing this just to sell it. There's a saying, they bought it just so they can sell it at the higher price. So they bought it, they picked all this
yes.
all the stop losses from people who were selling it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now that you think that this is going to continue buying, and they switch the retail traders mindset, oh yeah, this is now
Yes.
buying, now they're gonna
Yeah.
reverse it back down.
Hmm.
And that's actually that's what I'm seeing here with GA.
Aha.
That's what I see here. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you see it's rejecting the bottom side. So the price is falling to go for the further pullback, and I'm pretty sure it will reach here. And maybe they will start some weeks through this zone, but like It's just a matter of time when this is going to reverse back down. You know, and that's why it's very important to not just jump in the trades. You know, and like I said, I'm not the perfect trader by any means. Like I lose too, but like I make sure like my one win makes for 5 losses, and I don't have 5 losses in a row. I tell you that.
Right, right.
I don't have that, like, because like I look for the good setups. I don't rush anything, or you know. So it's really, you have to be patient. You know, there, you shouldn't think like when you wake up first thing, oh, I need to find 2-3 trades. Like that's my daily goal. No, your daily goal should be uh like a percentage. So some people have 5% a day. So if on Monday you have, let's say, $1,000 account, and you took the trade and you made $100, so that's 10% return. So on Tuesday when you wake up, if you don't really see anything good to trade, don't just trade okay setup, because you already on Monday you made that another 5% for the Tuesday, right? So
Right.
you shouldn't like keep breaking your rules, because like it's really hard to develop like a good discipline. It's like a habit. Like it takes some time, you know, to actually, you know, maintain it, but it's really hard to break bad habits.
I mean, it's like my mentor, he always tell us that we need to select a zone or a market that we're going to trade in. He only trades London session, and doesn't matter what is happening in the New York session or the Asian session, he does not get back on the chart. He's just disciplined himself to the point where once he's off London session, no matter what happened, win or lose, he's not getting on back until the next London session.
And
So
that's, yeah, that's perfect. That's how it should be, honestly. That's why I mainly trade during this time between like 8 and 11 p.m. Eastern time. And if I can, I get up for London for like opening 3 to 6, and that's it. Like I don't trade New York session. I don't.
yeah.
Like I would rarely, like, maybe if I'm home that day, like I don't do anything, I will just look at the charts, and if I really see something good, okay, then maybe I'll decide to enter. But like I don't really trade New York. Like among all the trades I took, maybe 2-3% was New York.
Right.
And to
And
be frank, I don't think there aren't that as many opportunities, because when I first started trading, I was basically, looking at New York session, and I didn't see the opportunities. And it's when you mentioned, I asked you that question, because I was looking for opportunities during the New York session. I just didn't see that many. But when I started doing the London, waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, there were so many more opportunities. That's just my 2 cents on it.
right. I mean, and what I've experienced in this trading is that like a few times I've done revenge trading and it hurt more than it did any good. And trying to trade because I've lost some money. Oh my God, I need to make some money again. But I end eventually losing more than the first time, because then I'm not focused on the actual trade. I'm not allowing the trade to come to me or the market to come to me. I'm then chasing the market. So I'm making impulsive and irrational decision because all I'm thinking in the back of my head, I need to recover this, instead of sticking to the program and the plan where I've done my markup, looking at the charts and looking at the market and see when it's going to come to me. So
Yes.
now it's all about marking up my charts, looking at the patterns of the charts and looking at the market and see at what point this is going to make the move, and see if it's making the move within the time frame that I'm trading in. Like you said, it's all about being patient and disciplined enough to the point where you're not bothered about your losses because you're sticking to your discipline plan.
Exactly, and that's what we mentioned earlier. Revenge trading is bad. Like you're I mean, the biggest thing that I would say, like if you suffer like a big loss like on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, like just take a break. Don't trade the rest of that week. Like go clear your head, think about it, see what you have done. The one thing people really fail to do, not just forex related, but like just general in life. Like they are so easy like to put the blame on something else but not themselves. Like you have to realize this was your account, this is the trade you personally placed and you took. You can say, oh, that person called the trade, they are usually a really good trader, but like it didn't work out. Well, if you didn't over leverage, you would still have some money in that account. Like, you know, how did you blow your account, you know, stuff like that. So you cannot, like, you have to, like, I always try to look to like at the things that I have done wrong. Like, okay, so what did I messed up with? Like, I cannot say, you know, market is against me. Market is against everybody. Like, they don't care about us. Like, they are there to just make money. And it's our job to try to get a piece of this move, you know, get some of this trend, you know, and you know, go by our day. Because you have to understand, like, once you become disciplined, the money will come. Like the compounding effect is something like people so underestimate. Like everybody is in a rush to make you know, thousands and thousands overnight and become rich within 1 month. The forex is not that. Forex is become rich over time, not overnight. Like, do you have $1 million account to start with? If you do, then yeah, you can expect to make 50,000 a day or 100,000 a day. But you have to be realistic that, you know, most of us didn't start with that amount, right? So you have to carefully build it up. You have to, you know, build the discipline, you know, proper risk management, look for the, you know, low risk high reward trades and all that stuff. Like it all plays role in it, you know. And you know, the emotions, once they get you, like it's really tough, like, you know.
Yeah, it's weird because the other night, it wasn't the other night, it was probably like last month. I finished, I had no reason to be trading. Matter of fact, I got off my computer, I was mark up my charts, preparing for London the next morning. And I got in my bed probably like 10 o'clock and my lights was off and everything, you know, pretty much mentally closed down trading for the night. And my phone went up like 4 times. And I look at my phone and saw somebody send a gold signal in the chat. And just without thinking, I entered this gold signal, put my phone down, and went to sleep. And the next morning, I woke up and my account was blown, like literally blown. I was like, what the hell? I mean, like the decisions we make sometimes, we don't even think about how they can impact what we're doing and how come, you know, it can throw us up. And had I just stuck to my mindset of just going to bed and not taking that trade like I should have, then my money would have been secured.
Yeah,
From that point, I'd be like, you know what, this just needs to stop. Because at the end of the day, when I look at the amount of money that I put into Forex in terms of depositing, I'm thinking, oh, it's just $100. Oh, it's just $200 I'm putting in. When I look at the amount of money that I put in, it's ridiculous. And I'm like, this needs to stop. I need to be more disciplined with my trade, to be more disciplined with myself, and be able to flip whatever I have in my account instead of, oh, I want to trade US 30, so I'm going to put this amount in my account. No, I can't be doing that. I need to be able to flip that account in a risk management way, and you know, in the time zone I set up, so that I can learn discipline. My downlink, the guy who trades with me, you know, he said to me one day, "Why don't you put my money in your account, clear? You can afford it." And I said to him, "No, I can't just put the money on my account. My goal is to flip the money that I have in my account. That would teach me discipline." Right? Instead of me just throwing money into my account because I want a bigger lot size.
exactly. And definitely think of it this way. Like that's another thing people fail to understand. Like if you cannot manage $100, how do you expect to manage 10,000 or $100,000? So if you are careless about $100 and because you're just thinking, oh yeah, it's $100, I can just risk this, you know, let me just risk this, put a 30-cent lot, and you know, let me try to make $300, catch a 100 pip move. But you have to understand you are risking your whole account. So if that trade goes a little bit over 30 pips in a drawdown, and especially if you don't have 1 to 1,000 leverage, like you're gonna be, your account is just gonna disappear. You know, it will close you out, your broker and everything. So you have to have a good discipline in order to succeed here. Like you cannot just, I mean, I'm telling you because I'll tell you personal experiences. I had the 1 week where I turned $100 in 2,300 in 5 days. Like those week happen, but this is when you already know. Okay, so this is $100, and I'm just gonna play with it. I'm gonna take, you know, high leverage, and I'm just gonna do it for fun. But most of the people like the startup, they don't like really want and have that much, you know, amount to just like a risk, like you said, oh, I'm putting 100 now, I'm gonna put 100 tomorrow, 100 on Friday. You know, you don't want to keep doing that. You know, you want to really learn the skill first, and then you can do crazy things. You know, you can play around, do something for fun, right? But you want to first get it down, and you know, make this your consistent income. You know, make good out of it, and later on you can try to, you know, do silly stuff, practice different things. But like first just do you know, things that will, you know, make you successful. And you don't want to like be trading 24 hours either. Like, yeah, like you mentioned about your mentor, he has a great time management, right? He knows when he's getting up, and he does his thing, and then rest of the day he either spends with the family, with the friends and stuff like that. Because you don't, because there's no need for you to trade 24 hours. Like there's really no need. Like there's so many opportunities throughout the day that you can pick the time that works best for you based on your activities, your job, whatever you have going on, kids, wife, you know, husband, you know, whatever it is. You just have to figure it out yourself. And you know, I mean, I don't know what else, you know, I could tell you. It's really, you know, being disciplined.
Yep. Discipline plays a big role inside of what we're doing. I mean, for some of us, we tend to think that being disciplined means that it's just for a day or 2 day, for 1 or 2 trade. No, it's not for that. Discipline is for the period of time that you're in this forex market, you know, for that length of period. But overall, I think most of the times people get carried away, or we get carried away. When I started trading, I started trading by taking signals from people. And then one day I said to myself, like, if something is to happen within this trade, I wouldn't know how to change it, or what to look for in this trade. So I'm like, I need to start learning how to look at charts and read charts and understand patterns, and you know, the candles and stuff like that, kind of stick and stuff like that. And the other day, one of my friends and I, we got into a huge argument because he was like, oh, you know, he's okay with taking signals. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But he's getting mad because I am marking up charts. And he was like, oh, I'm wasting my time. I'm like, no, I'm not wasting my time, because at the end of the day, I can go on my charts and I'm invested inside of it. I know what I'm looking for. I know which point I want to enter, which point I want to exit. If the trade is going negative, I can look at my chart and see where at in this chart, or on this chart. I can make adjustment, or I can minimize my losses. So I advocate for people to be able to look and read their charts and analyze stuff for themselves, because not all signals that are sent out are coming from persons that know what they're doing. There are persons out there who just started trading within 2-3 weeks, right? I'm not saying it can't happen, but they're sending out signals. If someone is new and don't know what to look for, they're just taking these signals blindly and messing themselves up, and they're over leveraging constantly. My homeboy over leveraged. The Sunday we opened his account, we went to brunch, we opened his account and everything. The Sunday he did that. The Monday, my homeboy over leveraged, lost like almost $600.
Yeah, not good. I mean, that's another thing. Like, I mean, so my personal opinion on like being signal dependent is like me expecting my parents to give me money for the rest of my life, right? So just think about it. Like, how does that look like? Let's say I was like 45, and I'm depending on my mom or my dad to give me some money so that I can go out, get a dinner with a friend or something like that. Like me personally, like that's misery in my eyes, you know. Like not to have anything against people who might be in that situation due to many different factors, but like I believe until, you know, God willing, I have health and I'm capable of, I want to be able to, you know, create things for me and for other people. Like I want to be active and all that, and I want to be, like you said, in control. Like I want to know what's going on, you know. I don't want to just like this kind of like a gambling, you know. Like I'm relying, okay, this person told me you know, this round of you know, blackjack, I'm gonna win, you know. He has a strong feeling or she has a strong feeling. Like no, it doesn't work like that. And another thing, when people also over leverage, is when they see, you know, certain signal service, they had like a 3 4 5 winning trades in a row, right? And now they get that boost of confidence, and now they over leverage, and all it takes is one bad trade with the over
They blow
leverage,
your account.
and you're gonna lose everything you have made,
Yeah.
you know. And I mean, trust me, I done all of that. Like I've done all of that. So I mean, that's why I always suggest just try to learn as much as you can. And this is one skill nobody can take away from you. Like once you learn this, you know, it's just it's a great thing.
Give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime.
Exactly. So it really is like that. Like, and it's like everybody can learn this. Like really, like everybody. It's not complicated. Like you don't need to have IQ 250. Like as long as you can see the red and the blue candle, and as long as you can put, you know, few parallel lines and few diagonal lines, you know, you will be fine. That's it. Like literally that simple. And you just recognize what the can you know, price is doing. That's it. And you made your decisions. You just have to learn how to read the charts, and it will be, you know, really easy. And find the time during the day. I mean, some people that I know, like that are doing really well, they are trading slower pairs, like the pairs that are not moving so fast, like Swiss pairs, like AUD, like NZD, you know, some of those pairs. Me personally, I like more liquidity. I like more pairs that I know, like within 24 hours, I'm gonna know if this pair probably already hit my TP or it's reversing, so I know what's going on. I don't have to hold it for 4 weeks, you know, unless
Oh my God.
unless it's a swing trade, you know. I mean, you can literally go look at it on average how much GBP AUD moves as compared to AUD JPY. Like GBP AUD can move in one day more than that pair in the whole week. You know, so that's the difference. And you really, you know, have more opportunity there. So if I know that GA can move 200 pips in one day, and AUD pair, AUD CHF, for example, or AUD JPY can only move like 40 pips, like I have more opportunity within the 200 pip move to grab 40 than to perfectly time 40 pips on this pair. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like you really just have to see what works best for you. You know, some people have, like I said, a daily percentage goal, which is like 5%. Some people have 20 pips a day goal. You know, either one works, but don't make it like a monetary goal. Don't make it mandatory, like I have to make $100 today. And especially if you know you have $100 account, so you're looking to have 100% increase in one day, which is not impossible in forex. Trust me, everything is possible. You can turn 100 in 1,000 in one day, but that's not like being disciplined. That's like over leveraging and really hitting that trade with a perfect entry, and you know, catching the whole move. And that doesn't happen every day, you know. So, you know, it's just like sit down and think like, okay, so I'm starting with this. Let's see what trading plan can I develop that I know I will be, you know, um, faithful to. Like I will really follow it, like 5% a day, or 20 pips, or 50 pips, you know. But don't like do one day one thing and tomorrow, let me, you know, I already secured 20 pips, let me go for another 20, you know, because that's now like greed, you know. That's also emotion that you don't want to have in forex, because then it turns like, oh, I got 20, let me do 20 more, and then let me do this, and then you enter that four trade, and you have to, something happens, you have to go take care of that. By the time you get back to check your trade, your account is blown. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because market will always punish you for the greed, like it really does.
What you need to understand, or people need to understand, the market doesn't have friends. It doesn't care if you're a new trader, an intermediate, expert trader. The market doesn't have friends. The market will eat you out and spit you out alive if it needs to. So as a trader, you need to protect your account.
Definitely. I mean, this is just like, you know, it's same thing. Like, think of it this way. So today you get paid, let's say, $2,000. So you know you're not gonna get paid in another 2 weeks, right? So if you go out and you spend $2,000 one night in the club, what are you gonna do for the 13 days? Like, was that smart? Yeah, you had a great time, you know, for last night, but then now 13 days, like I have to eat soup like every day, you know, even if I have left for that. So it's not smart thing to do, right? So it's same thing. Like you wanna you wanna like live good every day, like live fine. And same thing with this, you wanna, you know, grab some profit today, some tomorrow, some day after tomorrow, and you know, keep adding it up, and that also will give you more confidence, and you will feel good about yourself. So it's a lot of small things, and you know, people underestimate them, and they usually cost you, you know, when you just neglect those factors.
Mhm.
All right, guys. So I guess I'm out. I'm about to head out of here.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for hopping on. Maybe we can
All right. So
we can
next one is Sunday.
I'm gonna try to do it Sunday. I have to let you know. I might do it a little bit later, like when
Okay.
market opens. But yeah, we will definitely try to do one.
Yeah, you did one on Wednesday, right? We did one Wednesday. You did one Sunday. Today, you did three
Yeah,
already this week. So anyway, thanks a lot, Ennis.
no problem. You're welcome.
All right, take it easy.
All right, you too. Get some rest.
Mm-mm-mm.
So let me know, guys, if you have any other questions or any other pay you want me to take a look at. If not, we can wrap it up, and um, I'm gonna try to convert it and have Sean upload it to YouTube, because my login for the channel doesn't work, so he has to do it.
I'm good, man. Just having a good conversation was pretty insightful.
Yeah, I'm glad you joined. We'll try to do this as often as possible. So, you know, it's, I mean, my thing is like, I like to see when people are trying to learn, and when people are, you know, putting effort. And I mean, what does it cost me? Like, I could have been doing this on my own, but like it's more fun when, you know, there's more people and stuff like that. So like,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate that, Ernest.
no problem. You're welcome, brother.
Well, you have a good night. Oh, you're doing London session, you said, right?
I'm gonna try to get up, but I will let you know if I don't put anything in the trade alerts. Then I won't, but I'll try to be on for at least some time.
All right. Cool. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, yeah, I'm good. That was a good session. That was a really good conversation. It helps you take a good look at yourself, help learn what you need to do, what you need to learn to do.
Okay. No problem. You're welcome. Oh, we have one question. What do you look at before you get into a trade? So, Wako, I'm sorry if I don't pronounce that right. So I look for rejections, right? So, for example, this is resistance level. This price is struggling to keep pushing harder right now. Yeah, it did slightly close above it, but like I would need to see another bullish candle here. If you see, we are currently on DJ. I will need to see another bullish candle that will cover body of this wick over here, and that will tell me that this is now has been validated as a support, and the price is gonna probably keep rising to this next resistance. So stuff like that. Also, I look for Fibonacci retracements, right? So in this particular, I'm actually let's see on a 4 hour. So yeah, so stuff like this. Fibonacci tool. So this was the beginning of this drop. You draw it right here, and you see it was 61.8 rejection, right? So it rejected 61.8 here, and it dropped 47 pips. So I look for the few things. I don't know if you are familiar with Fibonacci and how to use it, but if you go on a K2 YouTube channel, you will be able to see there's few recordings that I have done before, and I go over everything, the patterns I look for. The another thing I like to look for is the breakouts of like trend lines, right? Like this. So we have been riding this, riding, and broke here, right? Broke and retested. See, we've been riding here, rejected on a 4 hour. If you go on a 1 hour, you could have gotten the entry. You see this big rejection here. So let's say you didn't enter right here, which you should have if you were following. So this was the first wick that rejected, right? Gravestone doji, right? And then this is the second confirmation, right? Bearish candle closing with the wick rejection. So your entry is really on this next candle right there. And then look what ended up happening. It ended up falling 150 pips all the way down here. But let's say you missed that, right? You look for this trend line break, right? Which did happen. I'm going to leave it because this was on a 4 hour right here. There we go. So you see, rejected this resistance, right? Came back, broke through this ascending trend line, right? And then retested it. And now it fell down again. Right there. Another 120 pips. So maybe you missed entry there, but you still could have caught this move. So, oh, you're welcome, no problem. So those are the simple things, but you have to like, practice on the chart, like you to be able to spot them. So there's multiple entries, but I mainly like rejections off of resistance like this because that gives you the best entry and fibs, right? Fibonacci. Those are the two best entry, let's say, techniques or approaches that I use. Because like here we could have had one entry, second entry right there, and yeah, combined it would be 270 pips, two positions. So you just have to see what are you mainly comfortable with, and like I said, there's few sessions I did those recordings, and try to go over it when you get some time, maybe this weekend or whenever you can. And if there's anything confusing, let me know. I can make another video about something specifically that you guys might struggle with, and I can make a video with multiple examples so that you can see how I look at it. So let me know if you have another question.
No, I'm good. I mean, how often do you think you'll be doing these, Honest?
I mean, I try to do them twice a week. Hopefully I can start doing them a little bit more. Because I mean, definitely fun for me. But yeah, definitely we're gonna do one Sunday evening. I think I will be busy throughout the day, so I think it will be like perfect timing to actually do it live market after the spread settles down, and then we can, you know, kind of look for the week. What is our, you know, range, weekly range where we're gonna be trading for that week, and what to look for and stuff like that.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah. Wako, do you have another question? I don't see anything.
I think not.
What
All
time?
right, Ernest, thanks for your time, man.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'm definitely looking forward to the next one.
Awesome. I'll be happy to see you. Actually, all right. See you later. So, what time frames you usually trade? So, I start charting on the weekly. So, identify the weekly zones. Let's look at it. So I like to identify weekly zones. Switch to 4-hour. Wait, I remove drawings from there. Let's do CAD. Okay, yeah. So I usually like to set my weekly zones, right? Which are thick blue lines. And then I know the range that we are in for the trading, right? And then I go on the daily as well, and I look for some daily support and resistance that are current high and lows. From there, I would look for intraday support and resistance. So they are off a 4-hour chart, right? And then I'm gonna go on a smaller time frame, like 1 hour 30 minutes, to look for some candlestick confirmations, right? So for some rejections, so for example, right here, you see this was resistance, currently support. So like a rejection like this, right? See, perfectly rejected the zone, and then we look to sell it further down. It kept going. Or reversals like this, you see the weak rejection, and then the price is consolidating, start pushing up, making, you know, higher lows and series of higher lows on 4-hour, and steadily increasing and pushing up in the price. So I enter the trade on 5-minute chart. So like that like prevents me from like having bigger spread, because you don't want to enter the trade while on your MT4 you are on the weekly chart. So that is one thing to pay attention to. You want to chart everything on a higher time frame and go on a lower, and when you are entering on your MT4, enter on a 5-minute chart. So make sure you check the chart of the currency that you're entering. If you enter on the weekly, you're gonna you know, be in a few pips drawdown immediately because of that, you know, slippage and spread. So hope that answers your question. uh, he said you should write a book. I read many books though. I have like probably 200 books forex related. So If anybody's interested, definitely hit me up. I have a lot reading material.
You are definitely dropping some jewels tonight.
Thank you. But yeah, he said you should write a book. That was a good one. Yeah, I mean, there's like I try to point out all the small things that actually make a difference. Because I mean, open one demo account and just test it out. See if you enter the trade on the weekly chart, and then go on a 5 minute and see what gives you more drawdown. Like that's one thing. Like it's not really written anywhere as much. At least I don't think so. You kind of figuring it out, especially like if the pair you are entering already has a little bit higher spread. You don't want to even add on to that. So hopefully Vaco that helps. I'm gonna give him a second. He might be writing another question. Definitely, yeah. So the question he just asked was, do you use candlestick patterns to enter like engulfing candles and doji? Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's find some. Let's find some beautiful ones. Actually, I look for them mainly on 1 hour and 30 minutes because those are the entries. Let's look at. Okay, so this would be one example, right? So this box right here, it's not so clear. Let's. All right. So these three candles right here, this is one of the most powerful candlestick patterns. This particular one, it's called Morning Star, and that is bullish reversal, right? So as you see here, it didn't go on a big bullish run, but like after the bigger bearish, strong bearish 1 hour candle and this indecision candle, we have a bullish engulfing candle, meaning the body of this bullish candle is bigger than the body of the bearish candle. And then if you would have entered here, your drawdown would be 19 pips, and essentially it went for 36 pip profit, right? So they are usually doing more output than that. All right, here we go. Look at it. This is even better example, right? So this is the engulfing candlestick, right? The one that you just asked about, the one right here. So big, strong candle, engulfing actually multiple previous candles. And what happened if you enter on the closure of that or opening of this one, that essentially went up for 164 pips. And on top of that, this candle closed above the support, which was resistance, so validating it as a support. So now you have confluence. Confluence in a trading means more confirmations, right? More confidence in a trade. So look at it, it closed above this zone, and your entry right here, and like I said, it went up for 165 pips. So and another thing I would say, like once your trade is like 30-40 pips in profit, trail your stop loss, put it 10 pips in profit, because you want to protect the trades. You know, if you get stopped out, there will be opportunity to enter, right? Let's say, let's count this candle where we entered, for example. It went up 60 pips. So that's the whole trade, like 60 pips. You could have literally just closed that, and that's 1 hour, and go have fun. But it pulled back all the way to here, right? So let's say we said what, at 10 pips. So pretty much it will stop you, right? But then you see, once that hour closes, it gives you, you know, bullish, strong bullish push. So then you enter here, and your drawdown would really have been only 25 pips, and you still would have caught 89 pips. So there's like, you just like, once you become comfortable reading the price action and what can, like, I don't know if you ever heard, but candlesticks tell you the story. Like it's really true. Like they really show you what the price is doing.
So those pretty much, those engulfing wicks will pretty much kind of somewhat will give you an idea as far as it going towards an upward trend as in the buying trend,
What, this one?
or vice
Yeah.
versa.
Yeah, if you zoom out, you see that it already started reversing back up. So it closed above the first minor resistance and maintained above it. Then you have a strong bullish push right here. That the price. So this is where the price closed, exactly right here on this candle. It essentially went all the way up here, but the pullback closed it there. So the opening of the new candle was there. And you see, there was no drawdown whatsoever. Because if there was a drawdown, they would be weak here, right? But there's no drawdown. So this trade went up in a profit for 60 pips.
Nice.
So it's I mean you guys see it, like it's really not hard. Like it's not complicated. I mean, this candle was wild too. Like this was total of, damn, that candle was 100 pips. Wow. And it pulled back to 60, and then you entered. Yeah, I mean, like if you just enter here and let this run for 2 hours, that's 125 pips in 2 hours. Like some people don't catch that in a whole week. But yeah, see, closed above, consolidated, and then shot up.
And then you said, Anis, when you trade, for the most part, you like to have longer stop losses and profit target profits.
Yeah, I do, because I usually predict the move, and I try to benefit from that whole move. And once the trade moves, like let's say 70 pips in profit, I would make sure I move like 20 pips in profit, my stop loss. So even if it pulls back 50 pips, I can see, okay, so what happened here? And I enter this again. Maybe it was just strong pullback. Maybe some news release, generated that wild push to retest that zone again, and we're just gonna continue back up. So I usually like, once I have my weekly zones like this, from 71450 to 75. I mean, look at it. If you enter now, your stop loss really is like, let's say, well, not even that, let's say it's 100 pips, right? But your TP is 326. So it's 1 to 3. But I look for even better. Like I know this will pull back some more, and then I will look for better entry. That means less risk, higher reward. So really key to me doing pretty good in Forex is that I look for like a key zones and good entries. Like obviously sometimes you have to give it a little bit more room, and you know sometimes I would call trade, and you know I will like update stop loss. I would say, oh, give it another 10-15 pips, right? But I didn't want to do that on GA because I see it actually breaking up, and I see it going a little bit further up before we can look for the sell. And that sell that we are looking for is going to be 300 and something pips. So it's going to be even better risk to reward. So that's how I look at it, honestly.
Sweet, thanks, man.
No problem. Veko, do you have any other question? Yeah, I mean that's why I haven't been trading gold. Like, I mean, find me someone that could have like really knew that after this bearish candle, this will just shoot up. Like, come on now. Like, I trade gold a lot, so. But see, similar setup after this engulfing, it went up. Well, not much, honestly. Actually, it did. Yeah, it did 110 pips. Yeah, 110 pips total. But yeah, gold used to be like, I mean, I still think gold is the best technical pair to trade in the Forex. But a sad thing is that like recently has been influenced with these, with the trade war with China, with the Trump impeachment thing going on with, and that's what I don't like, because like I made so much off of gold. Like it's the best technical pair, and they just messing it up with all this news. Like this is just ugly structure. Like, I mean, it's good for scalping if you are like watching it, but I don't spend all day in front of my computer, so I look for the clean setup. If once it climbs, I still see it coming to 1485, and then we can look to swing it down to 1440. So now that is 450 pips. You know, I look for stuff like that. I'm not concerned with like 30, 40 pips, you know, move. Because when I see it, I can wait for it, you know. I'm not in a rush. So what size does the candle have to be considered an engulfing? It just has to be bigger than the previous candle. Like you have different sizes. It really depends on the momentum. It can be anywhere from 10-15 pips to like 80 pip candle. But this is like the bearish candle, and then this is bullish engulfing right here. So it really, there's no definition how many pips it should be. Like this candle in particular was 31 pip, right? This right here was 36, right? Let's see, this is bearish. It was 30 pips. So it really, there's no like written rule how many pips it should be. It's just like as long as it's bigger. But when I say bigger candle, I mean body of the candle, right? Not wick. Body of the candle has to be bigger of the body of the previous candle. As long as the body is bigger, and I would say personally, I would like to see it be bigger, like as a notable bigger, not this, like not this example right here. Like this is still engulfing, but this has like two equal wicks on the both sides. So I would not consider this engulfing. And you see, it wasn't really like the immediately next one completely engulfs like five candles. Like this is strong engulfing, like strong momentum indication switch. So right here, like you know, that's why I don't get really faked out in the trade, because like I know this is not like really engulfing bearish candle for me to just enter sell on the next candle. Some people think it is, and then they probably enter the sell, but look what happened. They immediately reversed. You know, that's how to avoid, you know, fake outs. But here, when you see this, and another rule, right? When you have this such a big candle, like the one right here, what you look for, uh, for this to continue moving upwards, you look for the next three candles not to cover this engulfing candle, right? This can also be you know, considered as an anchor candle. Some people like to say when it's like this much of a big candle. So as long as the following three candles don't cover back up this candle, the buyers are still valid here. Uh, what pairs do you like to trade the biggest movers? Yes, I mentioned that earlier. I like to trade GBPs and Euro pairs. So yeah, GBPs and Euro pairs, because they they are pretty volatile, so they move a lot, and gold too when it's a nice structure. So yeah, mainly GBP, JPY, GBP AUD, GBP NZD, Euro AUD, Euro NZD. Those are the top ones. I mean, exotic pairs move a lot, like they really do. But I don't trade them because the spread is really crazy. So do you have another question? All right, sure. Well, guys, again, thanks for you know, stopping by and hanging out. So we can hopefully, you know, keep this going. I mean, whoever misses, they miss on it. They can watch recording, but it's definitely more beneficial when you are here live, and you can ask immediately questions and get your answers, rather than, you know. And I always prioritize people who attend, because that tells me that you guys are serious about it, and I will always try to get to you as soon as possible. I receive like 100 messages a day, but like, you know, those are people just asking me, hey, look at this entry, what do you think about this? But you know, I don't mind, I still answer to them, but like I definitely prioritize those who show up and who actually, you know, dedicate time, because I know you guys are serious. So we usually do them like at 8 p.m. So for this Sunday, I'll probably make it 8 p.m. too. But I have to see, depending on, I have some obligations. So I will definitely update you guys no later than like Friday evening. So it will be at least 48 hours notice. And then if yes, yes, it will be in K2 trades alerts. So every major announcement besides trades we put in there. No problem. You're welcome. Alrighty. So thanks for joining again, guys. Get some rest. Have a good night as well. And I'll definitely catch you in the chat.